Do 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 do. Hello and welcome back, everybody. This is From the Gnome. We're playing Everquest Legends. The game has officially been out for a few days. Actually, a little more than that. I think. Well, hold on. When did it come out? 28th, I think it was. Anyway, the game's been out and for a little while, and I am on my level 35 monk paladin wizard. He is human, and we are in Lower Gul. This is a solo instance of Lower Gul that I have created for myself. What are you doing, Elvis? My cat is being annoying. I just fed him. I literally just fed him. He's like, more food? Because that's how cats are. Yeah, we're in Lower Gul here. Our own private instance of Lower Gul. Let's go ahead and use our Guise of the Deceiver to make ourselves look like a dark elf, because why not? Our buffs look good, and let's do a shrinky poo on ourselves. There we are. We use our refugee shroud. Got that in Blackburrow, by the way. Over near the ramp camp, there is a NPC. It's kind of hidden there, and you kill him and he drops that. Does this guy still hate me? Nope, they see me amiably. We're good. We just need to go fight the undead ones. We're gonna head back down towards the probably the frenzy camp is where we're headed right now. Got my multi-stream chat up. I'm multi-streaming to youtube.com/Ferone1 and twitch.tv/Ferone. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow. If you'd like to hit the subscribe over there, I won't hold it against you. Alrighty. Now, as a Paladin Monk Wizard, I have a bunch of procs, basically. So, I have Slay Undead AA. I have improved bash, so I'm bashing while using not using a shield. I've also got my Paladin Smite ability, so he is proccing that. There is a proc on each of my weapons. One of them has Dismiss Undead, and the other one has Ignite, so I'm proccing that as well. Plus, I'm running Spellblade Invocation, so it procs the first spell gem on my spell gem list, which is Inferno Shock from Wizard. So I'm proccing a 500 plus damage nuke every so often from Spellblade as well. So the point being there is what I'm saying is I'm proccing like mad. I pretty much don't have to do anything other than hit attack, and my procs will eventually kill whatever I'm fighting. I use Mend from my monk as my main heal. It comes back up rather often. I do have improved Mend AA, so sometimes I get an exceptional Mend. And then in between Mends, if I need a good heal, I also have my Lay of Hands, and the Lay of Hands gets re-enabled by proccing my Paladin Smite ability. Every time that procs, it takes a minute off of the recast time for Lay of Hands, and Lay of Hands by itself in this game only takes 15 minutes to be able to reuse. So you get 15 smites, and your Lay of Hands is already back up. So yeah, basically I'm using Mend and Lay of Hands, and it works extremely well. Extremely well. Currently, I have only a 14% haste using Kitchen Tool Belt +4. Got that from the new Najena. There's a NPC in there called the Tenderizer. He's pretty close to the top, so real easy to get to. Got the +4 version, so like I said, I'm at 14% haste. So that is freaking awesome. And I'm trying to get down to the Frenzy because I want to get the Flowing Black Silk Sash to replace my replace that belt with. It'll be a slight upgrade. It won't be a massive upgrade, but it'll be a slight upgrade. And of course, if everything goes really poorly, I have Feign Death from my monk that I can use. So yeah, I think that the Paladin Monk Wizard is an incredibly powerful build. It's my favorite loadout, and it is the one I intend to take to max level first. So when these guys get me down to about 400 or 300 hit points, I'll use my Lay of Hands to get myself back up to full health. Like right about now. So we would need to wait 15 minutes for Lay of Hands to come back up. But every time you hear that dink that goes off, that is my smiting strike that is proccing, and that's another minute off of that reuse timer. There's 1 minute off of it right there. By the way, I want to show y'all something whenever I kill the next mob. I seen somebody in general chat last night talking about needing money, and it got me to thinking, because I was like, why do they need money? At level 35, I've already got 1800 plat. I literally can't find things to spend money on in this game. And I pointed this out to him in general chat, and I thought it was obvious, but now that I think about it, I guess it's not really that obvious. People may not be aware of it, but your advanced loot window, when the loot comes up in it, you can hit the loot, which is fine. You can merge it if it's a mergeable item. You can send it to your storage. It's like the Dragon Hold storage in ordinary EverQuest. Or you can hit this button here. It says sell. Or you can hit this button down the bottom that says sell all. If you hit sell, it sells it just like as if you had taken it, went back to an NPC and sold it. You just sell it. Everything that pops up, if you're not going to use it, sell it. And you'll be surprised at how quickly the money adds up. Like I said, at level 35, I've got 1,816 plat. I literally don't have anything to spend money on. The most that I could spend money on, by the way, that jingle that you heard, that's another audio trigger. That's saying that I did an exceptional mend. The only thing that I use money on in this game is buying spells, and the spells don't cost enough to really have any effect at all. I really don't understand the point of money in this game, just being completely honest. Unlike ordinary EverQuest, there's not much point to the money. So yeah, everything that pops up, if it's not something I'm keeping, bam, sell all, it's gone. It just turned into money. It's one of the greatest features in the game. Not the greatest, but one of the greatest features in the game. In fact, one of the things I wish they would do in the game is make it to where that whenever it's sitting there on that that window, the advanced loot window, that there was a checkbox I could click on it to say this particular type of item, always auto sell it. I don't want to do the auto loot thing or the auto sell thing that's on the advanced loot window, because I don't want it to always do that. I want it to do that only for certain items, because I like for the items that are mergeable to show up in there and give me the option to hit that merge button. That's awesome. That's something I don't want to lose. So we just gained an AA. That's what that noise was. We're going to soothe these mobs. One of the great features of being a paladin is being able to finesse how you move through a dungeon. Check our AAs. We have 3 AAs waiting to be spent. We'll keep holding on to that till we get enough to buy something awesome. Not sure what I want to get. See, like right here, I wish there was a button, something that I could click on this line that would say every time you see this item show up in the advanced loot window, sell it. That's what I want. I want a button for that. It is interesting that here in Lower Gul, because I noticed this wasn't this way in other zones, not all other zones, but in Lower Gul, all of the named mobs spawn every single time. There is no rareness to the rare mobs. They always spawn. I think the rareness now is based off of what they drop. So whether you get their really rare item or not. I'm kind of okay with that and kind of not okay with that. It's one of those things that I can take it or leave it. It's not a horrible feature, but at the same time it takes a little bit of that excitement away of saying, oh look, he's up, you know, that sort of thing. But I get it. The game is based off of getting these uber items more than once because you want to get hundreds of them and merge them to make them much, much better. It's super hard to do if the mob itself is super rare along with the item he's dropping being super rare. So I get the idea behind it. It's just it takes away a little bit of that excitement of seeing a really rare mob up. Our endurance is completely gone. Seems like some days my character handles the endurance like a champ, and other days his endurance just goes like it's not even there. I haven't been able to figure that out. There's really no rhyme or reason to how it works. I know that there is a technical reason to how it works. I'm just saying that it feels like it works differently day to day. Something came up from behind. There it is. I was going to soothe that room and pull it. Come on, click him. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Saturday. So I basically just hit attack. My weapon hits, melee hits, and my procs do all the work. Occasionally I'll throw in an actual nuke, but not too often, because see how long it takes to nuke? It's almost more detrimental for me to stop and nuke than it is to just let the procs happen on their own. Especially when they interrupt as much as they do. The mobs are super good at interrupting. I swear to God, they should be all called interrupters. Now, every monster in this game seems to be able to interrupt like it's the easiest thing in the world to do. Good water. Is there anything else left down there? Nope, that was it. Moving on. You're getting good experience here. It'll be even faster when we get over towards the frenzy area. You want to keep the mobs white and yellow con. Anything above that, red con, or anything below that, blue con, is the blue con, you're not getting very much experience per kill, and the red con takes so long to kill that it's actually detrimental. Yellow is the sweet spot. That's where what you're actually looking for. I'm just killing these blues because they're along the way to where I'm headed to camp. Interrupt number 1! Interrupt number 2! Got 2 interrupts on me in that fight. It's like light blue there, it's barely going to be any experience at all. Extra, where's he hiding at? There he is. They love to come up and fight you from behind so that they don't have to fight through your defenses. Let's see if we can get these suckers to be on the same side. They're really refusing. They're stunned. So interrupt number 1, interrupt number 2, interrupt number 3. 3 times now we haven't been able to cast a spell. There it is, we got to cast it. 3 times they were able to stop me. And that is with having... Where's that? Steadfast Will 3, which is 50% chance of not being stunned from all directions. Like I said, it's insane how much these mobs are able to stun and interrupt you. And it's not just mobs in Lower Gul, it's all throughout EverQuest. It's like they have this innate ability to keep you from being able to do anything. I was hoping it wouldn't pull them, but of course it did. Endurance just about gone. Let's go to a balanced mode, see if we can get our endurance back. So that's what I'm saying. It makes there's literally no rhyme or reason to how it works. Using an offensive stance, which uses up endurance, of course, but I used it all yesterday and did not have these endurance issues that I'm having today. And the next day when I get on, it may swing the other way. It really seems like it's different every day I play. Some days I struggle to have any endurance, other days I have all the endurance in the world. Don't understand it, really, really don't. Let's go ahead and use our lay of hands. There we are. And we're rooted. Okay, we're unrooted now. We are in what's called Safe Hall. That's what all the players have always called this little area. Nothing passes through this hallway. Not on purpose, anyway. I need to rebuff anyway, so we'll use our quick buff. That'll go ahead and apply all the buffs I have loaded on my spell gems at once, and that'll do it to all group members if I was in a group. It is a fantastic AA. Quick buff. You want quick buff. It cost, doesn't say here, but I think it was 5 or 6 AAs I spent on that. It is a very good AA. You will want to get that. Let's see, we'll get our endurance and our mana back up before we move on. Mana needs a little bit more. Go back to offensive stance and Spellblade. Got him. He was an exceptional min there. How you doing? Good morning, everybody. Still rooted. There we are. Root broke pretty quickly. It was not bad. Failed my soothe on that one. And our mend and our lay hands are both down. We're rooted, and another one decided to come up and cheat by hitting me from behind. So this may go poorly. We're going to see if we can feign this off. Alright, we'll feign that off for a little bit. I am doing good, Outbreak. How are you doing today? Oh yeah, you've already said that was your answer. Oh man. Need to get our well, our mend is back up. Got us a little bit. Just trying to see if I can get them to go away. Do you love being able to feign death? I've learned a lot of people say that for the Paladin Monk Wizard that a good alternate to that is Paladin Berserker Wizard. A lot of people say that Berserker is extremely powerful. I haven't tried it yet. I will eventually, but I really do love having Mend and Feign Death, so it'll be hard for me to give up Monk, to be honest with you. For some reason the game is lagging on me pretty bad right now. Oh yeah. Oh, it was like we lost connection there for a second or something. It took forever before it actually came back. That was odd. There we are. What I'm hoping to do today is get to 40. Use our invis versus undead so we can peek around the room. See if we can get these set up. Soothed. So hopefully we just fight this one. I like to control my fights. You know, I know I can run in guns blazing, but I like to finesse my way around dungeons. That's just my style. Ooh, an exceptional mend. See, he had no clue I was destroying his buddy behind him. Of course, as soon as I hit him, another one popped up out of nowhere, so that's kind of annoying because I'm rooted and I can't move, so the other one's getting to hit me from behind. It's irritating me greatly. I want to move. Alright, cheater. My turn. I like switching to Divine Invocation and doing my heals because I get bonuses from doing that. So if I don't want to use my lay hands and my mend is down, I'll go ahead and do Paladin heals like this with Divine Invocation. And the reason I don't want to use my lay of hands is because I'm just about to go to the Frenzy room. So I'm trying to keep it. And then I'll jump back to my offense stance and Spellblade. Let's go ahead and sell all. Boom! Bunches of plat. Bunches and bunches of plat. Alright, let's go ahead and soothe that one. I'll try soothing this one, but I know it will make no difference because we gotta pull the frenzy that's right in the middle and it's gonna go and come across those. It's gonna come across one of them. Yeah, but we're gonna try it just for the hell of it. We're gonna see if he would come straight. Nope, nope, he managed to grab the other one next to him. That's fine. It's not a problem at all. I'm gonna try to nuke him down, basically. And of course, there's interruption number 1. Ooh, we got a nuke on him with only 1 interruption. That's something. There's another one. Let's go ahead and use our mend. Give me just a second to finish this fight off, then I'll check to see what you said. There's an interruption. Are we going to be able to get another nuke off? God, come on. Alright, we're going to have to end up using our lay of hands. I'm just waiting to see if I can kill him before. Now we're at 300. Let's go ahead and use it and not risk it. There we are, we got him. He still didn't drop the Flowing Black Silk Sash. I've killed him 3 times and not gotten it any of those times. Alright, let's see. Never played, picked up the pre-release or whatever about a month ago, but been busy. Understandable. I've been there and done that. I would say it's definitely worth playing it for your first month to determine if it's something that you want to continue or not. You already paid for it, so you might as well. Keep in mind that Everquest is a very grindy game. It can be slow at times and exciting at other times. You gotta work your way through the AAs and gear before you can get to some really cool stuff. Anybody out there that's thinking about checking out Everquest Legends, head over to everquestlegends.com. You can download the game, buy the game, and download it right now. $19.99 will get you the game. So I highly recommend it. If you're not into old school grindy games, but you're into more of a highly story-based MMORPG with a lot of questing and quest dialogue and everything, check out Lord of the Rings Online. That's lotro.com. You can create an account and download the game, play for free, or you can get their subscription. They've got a good subscription model. I support both games. They're my 2 favorite MMORPGs in the world. Alright, so we got him taken care of. Let's go over here and we will want to kill these two here as well. Should be another one. Ah, there he is. Around the corner. And we will make our way up towards the Gul Lord. Unfortunately, I do not think we're high enough level to kill him, but we're going to see how many other named mobs we can kill along the way as we work our way back and forth to his camp and back here to the Frenzy camp over and over. That's what we're going to grind today as we try to make some levels. If we're lucky, we'll get high enough to actually take on the Gul Lord and see if we can get a short sword of Yakesha. I would like to get that proc off of the weapon. Maybe change the ignite proc I have on mine, and also have it available to change out on my with my dismiss undead that I have on one of my weapons I'm using here for when I'm not fighting undead. Now you know where you're going. Just been here so much. Yeah, literally, it's not linear, but I have literally played Everquest for over 2 decades, so I pretty much know it. But if you want to see it, there's the map in all of its insanity. This is a very large dungeon. The older dungeons like this are insanely large. Newer dungeons, I mean like within the past decade of being made, if you were playing ordinary Everquest, are a little more linear. Not totally, but a lot of them are a little more linear. But old Everquest was designed along the lines of a pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons game, where the dungeons are huge, sprawling, up and down, you know, vertical as well as horizontal mazes and stuff like that. So they're living, breathing dungeons, so to speak. Unlike when World of Warcraft came along, they pretty much changed the industry design to where that you have a point A and you go to point B and you kill the main boss and then you leave. That's how modern MMOs are designed. Then Everquest is not designed that way in any shape or form. If you go play Everquest 2, you'll see that it's very much like that. They took the same path. And Everquest 2 came out literally almost exact same time that World of Warcraft did. So they were sharing that new strategy on game design. Interesting little story on that. World of Warcraft developers and designers, a number of them actually came from Everquest. They were Everquest devs. And they made the transition, and that's where World of Warcraft came from. And that's why there's a lot of similarities in classic World of Warcraft and Everquest. For all intents and purposes, Everquest, the original Everquest, is the granddaddy of 3D MMORPGs. It's definitely not for everybody. It is a different style of playing, but it is a style that I enjoy very much so because I've played it for 2 decades. Grew up playing EQOA. Was the PlayStation 2 version. Never played the PC version. Yes. I never got to play EQOA. I didn't know anything about it until it was long gone. Unfortunately. Yeah, before Everquest came around, MMOs were very, very niche and small and not a big thing in the industry, so to speak, and they were more of top-down games. Like you remember how Diablo is? That's how Ultima Online was. So you were looking down on the character and you're clicking the ground and the character is moving around to those spots. A lot like how you see RuneScape is and stuff like that. Everquest changed that. They were the first ones to give us this view right here. First person 3D MMORPG. Everquest was one of the first to do it. I prefer this view out here, the over the shoulder. It's my favorite camera mode. But yeah, Everquest pretty much coined that whole way of looking at it, which is what is normal today, you know, with World of Warcraft and so forth. But before that, for the most part, you clicked the ground to make your character move around, and yours was a top-down view, a god view. Meridian 59 was before. I think it just wasn't that popular. That is a true statement. Everquest was developed by 989, I think, 979, 98, something like that. Development Studios is what it's called. Sony Online Entertainment was the publisher. Nowadays, Sony Online Entertainment is more readily known as DBG, Daybreak Games. They were, air quotes, sold from Sony Online Entertainment to Daybreak Games, but it's from what I understand, it's the same offices and mostly the same employees. So it's now called Daybreak Games. Varant 929 Varant. So there was a couple of names. Just like the fact that, you know, Daybreak Games, DBG, Sony Online Entertainment, SOE, it's all the same company, folks. It just changed legal ownership. When Daybreak Games took over, that was the end of the Sony Live that we used to have in Las Vegas. Every year we had a convention in Las Vegas. Early on it was in other areas. I think there was one in Austin at one point as well. And it used to be called, it was the Fanfare, and then it became Sony Live or something like that. I went to 3 or 4 of them in Vegas. It was incredible fun. Probably the best time I ever had in my life was going to those conventions. I have a lot of swag sitting around that I've collected up when I was going to them. I did play EverQuest 2. I beta tested both EverQuest 2 and World of Warcraft at the exact same time, and as much as I wanted EverQuest 2 to be the awesome predecessor or successor, sorry, to EverQuest, there was a lot of issues with that game and a lot of really, really bad design decisions. And man, that game was rough at the beginning. They've made major changes over the years that have made that a much better game than it was when it first came out. So I had, at the time, had decided that I would go to World of Warcraft instead of EverQuest 2. Then EverQuest 2 came out, and I was FOMOing, fear of missing out, so I ended up buying EverQuest 2. So I played both EverQuest 2 and World of Warcraft, and when it came out, and it was interesting. Yeah, with the Magus, I keep forgetting the fact that the names are always up now in this dungeon. So I was like, oh, the Archmagus is up. Yeah, it's always up. World of Warcraft, when it came out, had a lot of bugs, but my god, that was a good game. That was an incredibly good game. I didn't know how in the world EverQuest was going to compete with it because it was such a good game. And hindsight 2020, it still was great. They made a lot of design decision changes along the way, especially with the first, I'm not going to live through this, Feign Death. And we failed the Feign Death. We're dead. Alright, we'll be back. We'll be back. Not a problem. Oh, come on, get a kill. Oh, come on. Ah! Not a problem. We'll get back down there. We'll just rebuff. Gives me time to chat. Yeah, World of Warcraft was incredible. When it first came out, was incredible, even though it was incredibly buggy. But it was incredible. And I count that to the fact that the designers, the devs, were mainly from EverQuest, and they brought the EverQuest mentality to World of Warcraft. The first expansion of World of Warcraft vastly changed World of Warcraft's design from EverQuest to more of what you consider World of Warcraft to actually be today. Major changes were made going into that first expansion. And that's not the right button. Hey, great, I wasted my lay of hands. So yeah, it was great when it came out. EverQuest 2, horrible when it came out. Visually looked great. The game was so cool looking. It barely ran. Oh my god, it killed the most powerful computers out there at that time. They just couldn't run that game. And yeah, so WoW was the clear winner when it first came out. Now, one of the big design decisions with EverQuest 2 that was a big, huge problem with it was the fact that they determined early on, this was through the rumor mill, but I'm pretty sure it's the truth, that they were not going to make EverQuest 2 be EverQuest Part 2. It was EverQuest 2 only in the fact that it's the same universe and they're using the same name, but it was not EverQuest Part 2. That decision is probably the worst decision they ever made in that game. Let me see, we want to get rid of the visual but keep the buff. There we are. That was literally their biggest design failure in EverQuest 2, because few expansions later, the Rise of Canark expansion, I can't remember if that's exactly what it's called in EverQuest 2, they decided to backtrack on that decision, and they decided to make EverQuest 2 be EverQuest Part 2. And they made that particular expansion be as close to the Ruins of Canark expansion in EverQuest as possible. And guess what? It was a major success. Because, lo and behold, people wanted EverQuest Part 2. They didn't want another game that just had the same name. It's so crazy that they were trying to make a different game. But I guess what they were after was they were trying not to take business away from EverQuest 1. And it was just a really bad decision. Really, really bad decision. They've made a lot of changes to EverQuest 2 over the years to make it more and more like EverQuest 1. And it's actually a decent game now. It really is a good game now. You just have to decide, do you want to play EverQuest 1 or do you want to play EverQuest 2? Now, on an alternate note of that, World of Warcraft went the opposite direction. It went from being a very EverQuest kind of game to being a very not EverQuest kind of game. And they drew a line in the sand and said, we will make it the way we want to make it. And that's what World of Warcraft is. It is a very not EverQuest kind of game. And in my opinion, it's not very good. But that's, neither here nor there. That's their choice to do the game the way that they want to. It definitely was not the way I wanted it. So when World of Warcraft Classic came out, I went and played the crap out of that game, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. The thing I hated about EQ was they took the lack of abilities in EQ1 and said, hold my beer. Marcel doesn't. You are so right. So right. I remember commenting long ago on the forums that with EverQuest 2 you could take the keyboard, pick it up, and just go across your face, and you'd get the same effect as if you were actually just hitting the buttons, because there's hundreds of abilities in EverQuest 2. Probably one of the one of the more bad decisions made in that game. They have ability bloat to the extreme. I mean, you can literally fill up like 6 hotbars of buttons and then just sit there and go just keep on going across the keyboard, and it's going to be the same as if you were actually trying. But yeah, they've been changing things, and I think it was getting better. I haven't played it in quite a while. In fact, I remember in EverQuest 2, I set up my macro buttons, which was cool. The way they do their macro system is really good. I basically took all of the buttons, the abilities, did similar things like debuffs or buffs or dots or direct damage, whatever, and I'd put them into a macro button together. And so then I knew that if I hit a certain button, it was doing a certain thing, like debuffing the mob or something. Even though it was like, 5 to 10 different abilities listed in that macro, it would just go through them. As I hit the button, it would do the next one that was not on cooldown. And that was nice. That was a nice feature, but still, it really was a lot of bloat. I find modern EverQuest 1 to be very bloaty as well. Way too many abilities, but not nearly to the extreme of EverQuest 2. At a certain point in EverQuest 1, and I've noted this multiple times in the past on the forums, is no secret my feelings on EverQuest 1. At a certain point, I felt like you needed a degree in the game to be able to play the game to its maximum ability. When you have to sit down and create a spreadsheet with all your abilities so that you can figure out how to set up your hotbar and macro keys, there's a problem. And literally that's what I found myself doing with my max level warrior in EverQuest at one point, and I was like, I spent a whole weekend working on a spreadsheet to get everything set up, and I looked back at that and I was like, what the hell am I doing? This is supposed to be a game, and I feel like I'm working. And then whenever you get a piece of gear drop and you inspect it, and it's like got paragraphs of information and stats, it's like, okay, folks, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. That was my most modern EverQuest 1 experience. Was like, yeah, no. So that's when I started doing a whole lot of TLPs, and I've been on almost every rotation of TLP in EverQuest. The one that's going on right now is one of the only ones that I did not partake in because I was doing Everquest Legends. And after playing Everquest Legends, I can't see myself ever going back and playing Everquest again. I just can't. This game clearly beats it for me. For my personal way that I play and enjoy games, this is much better for me than Everquest 1. So I probably will never play EverQuest again. Now, I will play World of Warcraft again. That's a totally different experience. Just not anytime soon. It is what it is. The game deserves that praise. We're going to die again. I am not doing very good here. I got both my lay of hands and my men down. These wizards are tearing me up. That guy's down. Need to pay more attention. Oh yeah, again, our endurance is completely gone. What is the deal there? The past 2 days I have had 0 issues with endurance, and my gear has not changed at all. My rotations have not changed at all. My invocations and stances I'm using have not changed at all. Yet today I can't keep endurance. I'm constantly out of endurance. The past 2 days I've had 0 issues with endurance. I don't understand that to save my life. There's something up with those calculations in the game. It's acting differently every day. And I don't recall a patch today. I don't think there was. Maybe I missed it. But I do not understand why the endurance is acting differently today as opposed to yesterday. The best MMO release in a decade. Maybe WoW Classic Plus will still thunder, but I don't know. I think it will. I think Classic Plus will definitely take some people away, at least for a little while. Hardcore people for EverQuest won't be gone forever, because EverQuest itself just gives a different vibe to playing. World of Warcraft, even Classic World of Warcraft, does not give that same vibe. No faith in modern Blizzard. You're not wrong. I really think the two unsung heroes of the industry right now are Lord of the Rings Online and Everquest Legends. I think both of them are incredibly good games that don't get near the praise they should get. And I think that is mostly due to the fact that there's just not a ton of advertising out there. So it is completely up to the players to get that knowledge out to others. And to their credit, I mean, it doesn't do Daybreak Games or Stay in Stone Games or Game John any good to go spend millions of dollars on advertising. They likely won't see the return that they would need. So it really is up to us as the players to get the word out. The only time the advertising is really worth it is if a game is brand new to the industry. That's the only time that it's actually worth that much money. Which is one of the reasons why I have advertised for Lord of the Rings Online on my streams from day one, and y'all really, I've said it before, I don't know if people believe it or not, I don't get paid by Standing Stone Games or Daybreak Games. They do not pay me, nor do they recognize me for Lord of the Rings Online. They don't. I know who Cardivan is, and I know who Torben is, because, you know, I'm in the creator program for Everquest Legends. Torben runs both of those, Lord of the Rings Online and Everquest Legends, but trust me when I say I am not part of the creator program in Lord of the Rings Online. I've just advertised for it from day one because I believe that heavily in that game. It is one of the best MMORPGs on the market, hands down. No question about it, period. End of story. But a lot of people don't even know that Lord of the Rings Online exists, and it's been out there for 19 years. LQL ads on Reddit. Well, that's awesome. And I can with good conscience say that while also being a creator for Everquest Legends, because of the fact that in my eyes Everquest Legends and Lord of the Rings Online fit two completely different genres. They are not the same. Everquest Legends is more of a grindy gear obtaining game, and Lord of the Rings Online is more of a story-based MMORPG. Totally different genres. You can play both of them at the same time, and you're not taking away from either one. Which is what I do. Ah, Asheron's Call. I never played it. I believe when the beta was out for Asheron's Call 2, I think that's what it was, AC2, I was briefly in that beta, but I was heavily an Everquest addict, and pretty much anything that came out, I beta tested, and the first thing out of my mouth every single time was, well, that's not Everquest. I compared everything to Everquest back in the day, including one of my more awesome betas that I was in, Star Wars Galaxies. I still have the disc around here somewhere, the CDs, where they mailed them to me. That's how you got in the beta back in the day, was they literally mailed you the CDs. I've got them around here somewhere. I may end up making a mural out of that or something at some point, something to put on the wall. But I got into Star Wars Galaxies beta, and I literally, I kid you not, my statement was, well, this isn't EverQuest in space. That's what I wanted, was EverQuest in space. And that's one of the things they were highly not trying to make, was EverQuest in space, but that's what I wanted. A lot of beginners, it made me quit EQ. It was way more responsive. Oh, Asheron's Call? Yeah, I heard a lot of people like that game. I just never played it. I was in so many betas. My god, I've been in almost every old school beta that was out there. And that's the wrong mob. Well, we'll be fighting both of those. No biggie. Hey, we dinged 37 somewhere there, and I didn't even pay attention to it because I was busy yapping. If you enjoy my yapping, please do it. What the gnome is showing you to do right there. Hit the subscribe button. If you're over on Twitch, hit the follow button. It makes me super happy. I like seeing people follow and subscribe. Interests me. It has nothing to do with money. My Twitch, since Everquest Legends has come out, has made about, I think, $10. It's in the pennies, guys. Literally in the pennies. You don't get paid until it hits $50. So it just keeps collecting up. That's how Twitch works. So it's not about money. It's about fun. I stream for fun. And part of my enjoyment, the meta game that I play, is like when I see the subscriptions and the follows and all that on my different social medias and all that kind of stuff, it's like watching an experience bar go across. That is my meta game, is seeing that. But you gotta have hundreds of thousands of subscribers if not million, if you want to actually make money on any of this. That's why I've always told people never ever ever get into streaming with the idea of making money. It is a super rare thing to make a living off of this stuff. Those people you see like Asmund Gold and stuff like that, they were super insanely lucky. The chances of you doing the same thing is about 0.0001%. Hey, that was, I think that was the thing where I continued. Yeah, you regain your concentration and continue your casting. Awesome. Hey, there's another AA. Let's see how many AAs we're up to. We're up to 6 AAs. That's insanity right there. Let's see what we got in class. I could get a holy steed so I can ride around super fast. That would be cool. Couldn't do it inside a dungeon, but it would be super cool. I may actually do that. I've been thinking about doing that. We can upgrade our Slay Undead, which I've looked at this before and I'm like, is that really an upgrade? Because it goes from 2.25% chance to deal 445% to 2.35% for up to 850%. It's like, so you're telling me that my chances of getting that to proc goes up by 0.10%, less than 0.1%. Is that really what you're telling me? I don't know. Improved Mend, we could take up Improved Mend again. That would take it from 10% chance to a 20% chance. That's actually really cool. But I'm really leaning towards Holy Steed. Even though I really don't need that in my leveling, I am very much leaning towards Holy Steed. I think I'm going to do it, guys. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to get the Holy Steed. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. 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 I have a Holy Steed. Let's see here. Where's Holy Steed at? Does it give me a button now? Oh, it helps if I click class. Holy Steed and create hotkey. Let's just put this hotkey right here. All right, so we can now get on a cool Paladin mount whenever we're not inside a dungeon. So we will do that later on. What we got going here? Got into WoW beta accidentally. I had beta tested Warcraft 2 online predecessor, and one day I got a mailer. That's awesome. My horse is amazing, right? It was I had a absolute blast in the World of Warcraft beta. I really did. I can't for the life of me remember what server it was. They were numbered. It was like 4 or 5. I can't remember which one it was. It's been many years. We're talking decades at this point. But I remember one day the server screwed up. All the NPCs disappeared, and it stayed that way for like a half an hour. Nobody was spawning. It was just us in the game on the server, and there was no mobs anywhere. So a bunch of us created gnomes, and we stripped down. We had our brightly colored hair, and we made a parade from Ironforge all the way to the Undead City. And this was a PvP server that I was on. So we were going to parade all the way over to the Undead City and dance around there, have a dance party in our little skimpies as neon hair dude gnomes. That was wild. He just went right by me. And some of the players on the Undead side took offense to that. So they were slaughtering us when we got into Undercity. Yeah, we had a blast doing that. I remember we had so much fun doing that. And the other thing that was super cool about the beta was the last day of beta. The way they handled the last day of beta is probably the coolest beta thing I've ever seen in any of all the MMOs I've ever beta tested. The GMs took control of raid bosses, and basically they started marching from someplace far off towards the main cities. They were headed towards... on the good side, it was Ironforge and the human one. Why can't I remember the human city name? Man, I suck. I can't for the life of me remember the name of that city. And when you would die, you would whichever one you're closest to, you would respawn in that city. And they kept marching to it until eventually these huge raid bosses were in the city. So you're just dying, immediately coming back and dying, immediately come back and dying. And they did that until eventually the servers just shut down. That was it. It was like the raid bosses killed everybody off everywhere and the world ended. And that was how the beta ended. And it was so freaking cool. I will never forget that. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in a beta. It was like the actual ending of the server. Played a Paladin. They had no talents in beta, and when game went live, I didn't realize talents were a thing until third, fourth at point. Wildhead didn't exist. I think Alakazam tried, but not much was up yet. Yep. What was that? Yeah, it was Wowhead. Yeah, at one point Wowhead came along. I remember there was a bug where you would go down to loot a node, like, you know, a mining node or whatever, and some of them were bugged, and you literally would be stuck in the crouch position. So then you just slide around the world in crouch position. That happened for a long while till they fixed that bug. That was in live when it first came out. And I originally played on a PvP server, and my first World of Warcraft actual server was PvP. And we had I think he was undead. I think that's what it was. Guy that would come over, and it's just, that's how he played the game. Was his fun was going to our major cities and killing the bankers and stuff like that, and until everybody would come, you know, try to slaughter him and stuff. And that's why they ended up putting in NPCs around the bankers and stuff that would kill you and stuff, because he would come torture us, and then we'd start PvPing with him and stuff. And it was actually a ton of fun. He added a lot of you know, entertainment to the game just by doing what the game was supposed to be, a PvP game. That was before there was any kind of PvP gear or PvP arenas, battlegrounds, whatever. There was none of that stuff. It was just PvP, because you're the good guys, they're the bad guys. You're supposed to hate each other. You're supposed to fight. We would see each other out on the field and we would fight. That's what PvP was. It was so much better than when they finally made all the PvP gear and arenas and all that kind of bullshit. It was way better when it was just PvP, because you're supposed to hate each other. And I believe his name was Bobo or something like that. I can't remember exactly. We always hated him on the good side. Grr, you're bad, horrible. But he added so much entertainment to that game. Now I remember before there was any arenas or any of that crap, we would meet out near, was it Torn Mill or Torn Hill, something like that. Torn Mill is what I think it was. There was a good port city, and then there was that Torn Mill or whatever, and the field between them is where we would meet. And there would be hundreds of us out there. And as we start running towards each other, the server would go into super slow mode, because it could not handle all of us trying to fight at the same time. And it was just, it was insanity, but it was so much fun. Like I said, we PvP'd because that's what you're supposed to do. Good guys and bad guys weren't supposed to like each other. When you saw each other out in the area, you know, you would kill each other. That's what it was all about. And if you were doing questing or whatever, basically what would happen, because you could not talk to each other. The text and chat was always garbled. You could not text. People knew that certain things like LOL would come out as like KEK or something like that. So you knew that there was some translation, but that was about it. And what would end up happening is you seen somebody out in the field and you see them from afar and you do like a slash wave. And if they did a slash wave back and they didn't like immediately disappear because they're hiding to come kill you, you kind of got this thing going, okay, they're questing, I'm questing, we're good with each other. We're not going to kill each other, at least not at first, so we'll be good. You test the waters, you kill some mobs, you get a little closer, you slash wave, they slash wave, everybody's good, you go about your business. That's how it worked, you know? And then you would always get somebody that would they're not slash waving. You see them out there, and the first thing that happens is they invis because they were a rogue or something. And then you'd be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And you know, so then you're watching for them, and finally they pop out behind you, and you're doing all of your abilities and stuff, and the fight is on. Whoever wins is getting that quest area. Who didn't win, well, they're going somewhere else for a while. That was how PvP worked back in World of Warcraft when it first came out, and there was no PvP gear at all. We fought on the field, and it was very organic, and it was super cool. PvP gear and PvP arenas, battlefields, all that stuff ruined PvP. We're using IVU basically so we can get these mobs targeted and soothe them. Then we'll pick them off one by one because that's how I roll. And I'll tell you, I've said this many times on here, I'm sure if you've been around for a while you'll know this story. But one of my favorite stories from World of Warcraft on my PvP server I played on, I was playing a rogue, a dwarven rogue, and I was set up, I think it was assassination is what I was set up for. And I was escorting this damned turtle. God, I hated that stupid thing. And I almost had him all the way across the damn zone, just about to turn in the quest when somebody killed it. And I was like, oh, you son bitch, you have no idea what you have just done. You have no clue the amount of hell you have just brought upon yourself. Because I was like, invis, and I killed him. He came back, and I killed him. And he came back, and I killed him. And his guild members came around, and I killed them too. I tortured his guild members long enough that they said, fuck it, you're on your own. They left, and he was still there. And I killed him for like 2 or 3 hours before he logged off. He was mine from that point. He failed to understand the hell that he brought upon himself. My new thing for the night was to make sure his life sucked. The quests were now about killing him. And that was fun. That was so much fun. Never fuck with an assassination rogue. Never do it. That's a big mistake. Even his hunter buddies going around shooting the flares off and stuff never could find me. I've one-shot his ass every time I got to him. So great. That was a great night. And I said, screw that quest. I never did take that turtle back across there. Turtle escort. Yep. God, freaking stupidest quest ever. Alright, the frenzy. Oh, that's right. I did level. That's why he's yellow. He's not going to be low enough for me to cast my soothe on. See, right there. It will not land on him. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the right and we'll kill this one. And the frenzy will come over to me. The other one will stay there. We will fight these two here. We want to nuke them down as fast as possible. Of course, we got interrupted. Use our mend. Would have loved to have gotten a exceptional mend there, but did not. Got him. All right, Frenzy's time. Frenzy's turn. I'll learn how to speak eventually. Die, Frenzy, die. Oh, goody, his buddy just joined us. Going to be ready to smack the lay on hands when we get low enough. Oh man, the interrupts. Interrupts, my god, non-stop interrupts. Can I get a spell off, please? That would be super awesome if I could actually cast. Alright, we got to cast, but we're going to have to use our lay of hands. Come on, let's get a nuke off on this sucker. And we got a smite there as well. Still didn't get the stupid belt. We didn't get the haste belt. We got the damned ring again. Moonstone ring +2. That's what it's up to now. I want the belt. And no, don't send me a belt, guys. I like to earn my own stuff. It's my little thing. I I know I torture myself, but I like earning my own stuff in the game. When I first started playing Lord of the Rings Online and I was streaming it, people were sending me tons of materials for my crafting, and I'm like, no, guys, please stop. I want to earn it myself. Let's see, let's go down here and kill this one. There's another name that sits right here. Oh, goody, he had a buddy coming. I should have paid attention. I should have used my IVU and checked it out first, but I didn't. Pow, 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 pow. We don't have lay hands or men. This is horrible. Horrible. I don't want it to start over again. Come on, don't make me start over. Kill him already. Stop getting interrupted. These are 500 nukes. They really will tear him up if I could not get interrupted. Which I understand. I could use my inviolable, or however it's pronounced, induction and be able to get the spell off. Which I'll go ahead and do. I know y'all want me to do that. Where's it at? Why can't I find it? Do I not have it? There it is. Inviolable. I can't say the word. And of course now he's dead as soon as I got it up. Fine, we're going to use it on this one here. This particular stance makes it to where they can't interrupt you, so you can get your nuke off, but it uses way more mana to do it. It's one of the reasons why I don't ever use it. Alright, now we are completely out of mana. We've got plenty of endurance. Let's get recovery going for mana. And we'll just keep fighting this guy till he dies. There we are, we're good. We're just going to sit here. Actually, we're going to go back up here to this room. We're going to sit here and get our mana and endurance back. Does no good to have recovery going or balanced stance for your endurance, because you're out of combat, you're getting the maximum anyway, so you might as well throw your stances and invocations back to where they would normally be. Let me take this time just to remind you, hit the button. See, he's telling you what to do. My God, people, it's not that hard. Let's see, my watch is still charging. Thank God it's Saturday. Although that being said, I got one more day of work. Monday. That's it. Probably be a half a day of work. I'll go in, I'll say hi, shake some hands. They'll have me fill out some paperwork, sign some stuff. They'll hand me my last check. Go to lunch with my boss and shake his hand, and then I'll be out the door and be unemployed. Because I am retiring early. Not early, but early. Because you shouldn't early retire until 62, and I'm 53. I'm early retiring because I'm moving to the Philippines, getting married, and starting the next chapter of my life. So, Monday is my last day. But, because nothing in life can be easy, right? We don't have easy stuff. That's not permitted. The finalization of the sale on my farm that I so need to happen so that I'm guaranteed I'll have the money to go over to the Philippines and get everything started. Yeah, well, the owner, or not owner, the buyer of the farm, his lender is kind of being a douchebag. And it's not the lender, it's the appraiser for the lender. He's trying to figure out some stuff, and like my realtor who's sold numerous land, deals, farms and stuff in that area, it's like he doesn't understand why the lender's appraiser is doing this. It makes no sense. In all the years he's done this, he's never seen them be this way. So they're dragging their ass. So hopefully early next week that gets finalized and the farm sells, because otherwise I'm gonna be shit up a creek. Really will be shit up a creek. I'll have to end up taking my 401k out, which you have to wait 30 days after you retire or quit or whatever. So that means in September I'd have to wait till September to take out my 401k just to cover the money until the freaking farm sells. So you really don't want that. I really want the farm to sell on Monday. Nothing's easy in this world, guys. Nothing is ever easy. If you want to follow along with that, head over to youtube.com, search for Farone's Big Adventure. Farone's Big Adventure. You can also go to Facebook, search for Farone's Big Adventure, because I am vlogging my life and all of this stuff, the move and everything. You'll get to follow along with that. That's why I brought this up, so that y'all would know. I know, super not interested because you're here for games, you're not here for life stuff. I get it, but you know what? It's my life, so you know, it means a lot to me. And there's a lot going on in this head right now because I need that freaking farm to sell. There's no reason it shouldn't sell. I have no idea why the lender is being this way. What it basically boils down to is if the appraiser does not appraise the land at what we're asking for, the purchaser will have to come up with the money above what the lender will give them money for, which they're fine with. They've already said they're fine with that. They'll take care of it. They just need the appraiser to get off his ass and say what it's going to be worth or not. And he's not. He's being a dick. So, the buyer's ready to be done, the seller's ready to be done, the realtors on both sides are ready to be done. The appraiser is being an ass. And that is life, folks. You'll always find that there's something in life that's not going to go the way you want it to. Just stay calm and smile. You get a lot further that way in life. A lot easier. Oh, look, these guys are already back up. Wasn't expecting that. Am I that slow at clearing this? Apparently. By the way, I want to apologize. I said yesterday I was going to do a Lord of the Rings online stream yesterday evening to continue on my 100%er series, and I didn't do it. And the reason I didn't do it, just so y'all know, is because I got super addicted to playing this character right here. So I didn't do it. I will get back to the Lord of the Rings online. Don't worry, guys. I will. So right now I'm super addicted to Everquest Legends. And I really, really want to get up to, I want to get up to 50, or at least 40, and go do some raiding. I want to do some raiding in Lord of the Rings, in Everquest Legends. I want to go kill Yell at the bottom of the hole, and I want to try to kill Nagafin. So, trying to push through to 40, if not 50, and that's taken away from some of my time in Lord of the Rings Online. So I just wanted to bring that up and apologize for those of y'all that may have been looking for it. I know there's a lot of y'all that are here just for Everquest Legends, I get that. But there is a large number of people that are here for Lord of the Rings Online. You have to understand my channel had gotten up to 800 plus subscribers on YouTube purely off of Lord of the Rings Online. Before I ever started doing anything for Everquest Legends. Now, Everquest Legends has pushed it above the 1,000 mark. But there is a large populace of subscribers to my channel that are here for Lord of the Rings. Now that being said, I am over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. What I am not is over 4,000 watched hours in the past 365 days, which is a requirement of YouTube to be able to apply for advertising money. Where'd you go to? There he is. At one point in the past, I was over 4,000 watched hours in the past 365 days and didn't have the 1,000 subscribers at the same time. It's a crazy metric. So now that I've got the 1,000 plus subscribers, I don't have the 4,000 hours because it's a rolling number. Every single day rolls that number of 365 days. So if you would, I would be your super bestest friend if you would go and watch some of my older videos, put it on in the background, treat it as background noise while you're doing something else. Just watch some of my videos. Help me get my hours up to 4,000. We're almost at 2,000 right now in the past 365 rolling average days thing, whatever it's called. I have hundreds, if not thousands, of videos available on youtube.com/Ferone1. Thousands. I kid you not. There's got to be something there that you would like watching. Shoot! Thank you! It's slowly getting back to the 4,000 mark since I've been doing Everquest Legends. And I imagine it will get there. in the year, but it'd be nice to see it get there quicker. I've already been what is it? Is it partner or affiliate? It's one or the other. Twitch, one of them in Twitch is one, and one on YouTube's the other. One's affiliate, one's partner. I can't remember which one it is. But I've been whatever that one is, the lower one, on YouTube for a very long time, which basically, hey, look, they're up. Ooh, this is good. Let me do this real quick. Ah, the other one spawned. Well, poopy. We need to get our buffs back anyway. Anyway, what I was going to say is the current status that I am on YouTube allows me to have membership, which is cool and all. Nobody ever joins as a member. I made it to where that you can see videos a day early or something like that, which is part of the member thing, but nobody ever joins the membership over there. The next one is the advertising level, and they really make it hard to unlock that that particular level, which is one of the reasons I had gotten annoyed with YouTube in the past. When I first started this channel, I was doing it for Pokemon card openings and had a blast. Now I spent thousands on that channel. A lot of stuff I had to buy, you know, Pokemon related. And I had so much fun doing that, and I had some videos were up to 10,000 people, you know, views and stuff. I had really big success with that. That was over a decade ago, I believe. And I was very close to being the advertising level with YouTube at that time, and they changed the goalpost on me midstream. It was basically back when YouTube decided they only wanted the big million viewer kind of channels getting money. So they changed the way that it was structured for how you got advertised and get accepted in the advertising level or whatever. And it pissed me off because I had spent so much time and money on it. I was just kind of like, screw you. And I stopped creating content. And for many years I didn't, and then came back later on, and they've changed the program again. They keep moving the goalpost. It's a lot easier now than it was then. Still no freaking Flowing Black Silk Sash. Freaking. We got the stupid ring again. The mob hates me. Alright. So yeah, I'm trying to do it again, is what I'm saying. Now that it's a lot more relaxed than what it had been, and I actually enjoy it, so I was going to do that anyway. But, you know, it's just like, so that's my next goal in YouTube, is to see that. And one of the reasons why I decided I'd do the Facebook pages now I've been doing for Frone's Big Adventure, because I found out that Facebook has this whole thing as well. I didn't even know they did. So I've been having fun doing that as well and seeing that grow. I don't have any kind of graphic to put up to show you all this, but I do have a couple of Facebook pages as well. One of which I am super proud of. Damn it, I made the same mistake twice. Oh, I'm an idiot. Anyway, it is a book I'm writing, and I'm doing it online, and I'm doing it exclusively through my Facebook page. And it is called Reborn in the Ashen Sprawl. Reborn in the Ashen Sprawl. If you search Facebook for that, you'll find that page. It's open to the world. And every Friday, I'm releasing another chapter. Even though I missed this Friday. Oops. But the first 2 chapters are available out there from the last 2 Fridays. It's a book I've been thinking about making for many years. And finally, I am doing it. And I'm super proud of it. What do we get here? Dark Mail Gauntlets. Yeah. Alright. Well, let me check something. What are the gloves I got on right now? That's what I thought. Officer's Gauntlets +3. What is this gauntlet? These here. These are daunting. So AC is lower, but it hasn't been upgraded at all yet. And it's got dexterity, whereas the other one has dexterity and agility. So yeah, I'm keeping the other ones. I'm keeping the other ones. Bum, 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 bum. And the novel is super small. I think there's like 3 followers right now. And understand, That's okay. If it had no followers, I'd be okay. I'm making the book because I want to make the book. I am super loving doing it. It is my story. The chapters are my chapters. I am the whole everything about it. Just to be completely open, the authorship, the actual writing of the chapter is AI. And what I say by that, I mean is I tell it exactly what's happening in every chapter. I tell it exactly how the world is and the story arc and the characters and all that stuff. It's just I'm not a good author, so I'm like an editor, if that makes sense. The AI is much better at writing the actual words. That's the only thing I use the AI for. It is my story. It would be like me contacting a writer and telling them I would like to hire them to write a book, and I tell them everything that it's supposed to be, down to exactly what every chapter is supposed to be. That's basically what it is. I know people get hung up on the idea of AI, but I'm sorry guys, it's here to stay. It really is. It's a tool. So you either use it or somebody else will. And I'd been intending to write this book for a decade plus. So it just would have sucked a lot more if I wrote it, because I'm not an author. There's what I was looking for. I knew there had to be a mob up somewhere around here. These should spawn next. We're ahead of the spawn for once. Yeah, we're ahead of the spawn. Whoop, whoop. Oh, man. My photos with my fiance. I can't wait to be in the Philippines with her every single day. 2 months. 2 months. I should fly over there in October. We miss each other so much. That's why the farm must sell. And no, I'm not going to turn the photo around for y'all to see her. She's a very private person. When she's ready for y'all to see her, she will let me know, and she will be on my videos. Right now, she's not. Alright, the next one should be spawning somewhere in here. I don't know exactly where he spawns at. I had been coming around and finding him right here, but I imagine he spawns somewhere in this room is my thought process on that. So I'm just going to keep a lookout for him. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I told you all this, but if you watch some other videos, you will see that I have the journeyman boots. There he is! And what I actually did on those journeyman boots is I took the click exaltation aug out of those boots and put them into these boots that had the augment slot open, and got rid of the journeyman boots because I don't need them. I just needed the clicky from it. It's one of the great features of this game, is being able to take things as augments and put them into other things. Just like my Baron's Blade +4. This proc exaltation aug is actually, it's an ignite is what it is, a procs ignite. That came from another weapon. I just got the weapon high enough that I could take the augment out, got this weapon high enough so that the proc exaltation slot was open, put it in there. It met the requirements of the the class and race and all that, and the primary secondary slot, so it would work. And bada bing bada boom, I had ignite available on this particular weapon. So that's super cool. Let's see when they spawn. As soon as they spawn, I'm going in there and pulling one of them. But I am going to watch here for something to spawn. We're way ahead of the spawn rate. Way ahead. There he is. Just gonna keep checking back. Should be one more spawn in here before we technically killed that one, the first one in here. Maybe we stay and watch here. Just maybe that's the play. So we stay here and watch this because this is more important. Pulling this out so we can get this spawn broken correctly. I love that German boot clicky. I love it. I love it. I really do. I love it. Would you please spawn already? We would like to kill you now. Please come out and play. I mean, we're not going to kill you. We just want to hang out. We want to have a party. Come out, please. You're not going to get harmed. We have no intentions of stabbing you with the two swords that I'm holding. It's just you know, in fact, the swords are for your protection. We're here to protect you from the bad guys that come here. So you can spawn now. It'll be okay. Nothing will happen to you. You can take my word for it. It's all going to be good. Just show up. Show up already. Show up. Hey, look, that one's up. Alright, you can show up now. See, that one was going to come hurt you. And we saved you from that. Come here. Don't interrupt me. That was nice. We nuked him and we had a smiting strike and a dismiss undead proc at the exact same time. So his health went... That was cool. Alright. Frenzy's next. He's going to spawn right here. And this time, he's going to give me his Flowing Black Silk Sash. I can feel it. This is the time. The Flowing Black Silk Sash right now. We're not going to give him any time to put it away. We're going to make sure it's on him. We're going to kill him immediately. If you ever played PvP, Everquest, that was the thing, is that you would put your gear away before you get killed because they could loot your corpse. Come on. Kill him. Kill him. Stop interrupting me. No stunning. Stunning not allowed. Oh my god. And the other one just spawned. Come on. Gosh. Diddly dang flippin' floppin' flip ding dang dabbit nabbit. We got the ring again. We got the ring again. The ring. Nobody wants the ring. Nobody. Nobody ever said, man, I hope I get a moonstone ring. Ding, level 38. How many AAs we got? We got 2 of them stored. Can't wait to try my holy steed. Okay, we got a mob over here to kill. Very upset. Didn't get my Flowing Black Silk Sash. Ding dab nabbit. We're not gonna make that mistake again. I almost made it. We're gonna IVU ourselves, and we're gonna step down there, and we will do this the right way. Oh look, it's only him. What the hell? Probably because we're ahead of the spawn, so the other one hadn't spawned yet or something, or it hasn't pathed into that room yet. Something along those lines. At some point, we're going to level up enough that we're going to say, forget the frenzy and move on. Right now, he's still good experience. This camp is still good experience. We'll keep on working on getting the frenzy. But eventually, if we don't get the Flowing Black Silk Sash, we will move on. That'll be that. We'll just continue on with our current haste item, the kitchen tool belt. So it looks like what they've done is they've made it to where that the rares spawn every time, but they're still highly rare to drop their good item, is my theory of how that's working. His buddy never came back. Oh well. Don't care. Where'd you go? There he is. I'm like, where the hell is he? I saw something standing across the way there. Then I got over here and he wasn't here. I'm like, what the hell's going on? My watch finally finished charging. Yes, it did. Okay. Another AA. 3 AAs waiting to be spent. Waiting patiently. Take a look here. Archetype. Fury of Magic, we can move that up. 7%. I mean, that seems like a good thing. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yes. 51 AA spent so far. I'll make sure that my clickies are all marked. Yep, the ones I want marked are marked. One thing about the frogs, you don't have to worry about trying to target them. They will automatically attack you when you get close enough to them. So they auto say, kill me. They're just like, I'm on your target, kill me. You're like, okay, I'll just hit my attack button for you. Not a problem. I knew there was one across the way. That's why I went past this guy and stood on this side of him so I could turn around and be able to have the other ones fight through my defenses. Because I knew I would be rooted just like that. Can't wait to get Ice Comet. It's gonna be so great. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves up real quick. Then we'll continue the slaughter. left us with no A's, right? Yeah. Nothing to spend. We're good. We got steaks laid out for tonight right now. Got some propane. We were out of propane. Got propane. Went to the grocery store today. Got steaks laid out. We're going to grill this evening. Probably have steaks and grilled corn on the cob. It's gonna be good. Another hour probably before we do that. So remember, we were at 1,800 plat when we started playing in this, started this series, this stream. We're at 2,346 plat now. That's what I'm saying. The money comes super easy in this game, super easy. We need some sort of money sink. The game drastically needs a money sink. Right now there isn't one. The spells do not cost that much. And I'm not suggesting they should. Not in any form or fashion. What would be nice maybe is maybe if there's a moat seller or something that you could visit that would sell powerful moats for upgrading your spells. You can already upgrade your spells with moats, but I'm saying maybe where you can buy really expensive moats that greatly upgrade it, like a moat level 6, rank 6 or something like that, and it costs 500 plat or something. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Some way to get some money out of the economy. So right now there's not much reason at all to have plat in the game. Game John has done an incredible job on this game. There's still some things they can do. There's still some work they can put into it for sure. Ooh, got me stunned. There's an interrupt. Trying it again. Got it. Ah, we got it. We got it. We got it. Flowing Black Silk Sash. We got it. We got it. What we're going to do is we're going to leave that guy up for just a moment, because the longer we leave him up, the bigger the gap between us killing the frenzy and him spawning. So I want to extend the gap out as much as possible to make this clearing a slight bit easier. So I'm using my moats to level this up slowly, so I don't have to use as many of the higher level ones to get it to where I want it to be. One more will put us at +4. And that gives us 25% haste. Alright. That is a clear upgrade over our old haste belt. Heck yeah. Alright, now we want to kill him. The next haste is going to be... Technically, we'll get the two-handed mithril sword, but the next haste will be off of Nagafin, I believe. Will be the Cloak of Flames. Is that what it's called? Cloak of... something like that. And or a haste belt out of Plane of Sky. One of the two. Ooh, screwed up there. Now if we could get some spell haste, that would be great. Something just walked in behind me. And rooted. I tried to back up to move him so the other one would be in front of me, and they instantly rooted me. They knew what I was doing, and they're like, nope, root! There you are, Bucky. You ready to die? Looks like our buffs are going off again. So we'll load up our buffs and we'll use our quick buff button. God, I love that quick buff AA. That is sweet. I would have thought the guy would be up that was like right here, but apparently not. Alright, he's up. You know what the heck, my brother's watching, they're on YouTube, but it is loud as hell. Anybody's watching at Game John, I really wish I would do something in here like on Dragon Punch and Tiger Claw, Eagle Strike, all of those. That would give me an indication of what the difference is between the three, because I see no difference in the wording whatsoever. They all say that they strike my mob and that they'll double and whatever attack if they can do it. And that's it. There's no indication. I know on the kicks that round kick does a AoE, and I know that flying kick does an interrupt just like bash. So I understand those, and I know when and why I should use either of those, but I have no indicator whatsoever of why I should use one strike over another. There's nothing that tells me anything about it. Interrupted, because I was stunned. Interrupted. Not gonna be able to get it off. We're gonna have to use lay hands. There we are. The uber stunners of the game were keeping me stunned. Interrupted again. Haven't been able to get a single nuke off. Interrupted again. Yay, I got a nuke off. See something. We got 0 AAs. I'm going for Steadfast Will next time. Number 4 will cost me 3 AAs. If it wasn't for proccing on Spellblade, I wouldn't be nuking, because they're just that good at interrupting. And I'm already at Steadfast Will 3, which is 50% chance to not be stunned from any direction. The mobs are just way too good at interrupting. Wrong thing. Why is it every single pull the one across the hall decides to come over? I mean, that was a long ways across there. Why did he come over? Did this one yell at him and say, "Come here"? Do I want to mess with the Archmagus? Do I really care? Let's use Mage Hunter stance to see if that'll help. Because he's a nuker, so I'm going to make his nukes irrelevant against me by using Mage Hunter. Just so you know, let me read that to you. Mage Hunter stance: all incoming magical damage is reduced by 50% and incoming physical damage is reduced by 20%. Every point of damage reduced consumes an equal amount of endurance with a reduction based on your strategy skill. course, doing that is making this mob not die very quickly because he's not a caster. So let's switch back to our offensive stance. Right, we need to heal up. Alright, let's go back to Mage Hunter. Use Invis versus Undead, so I can go in there and I'll mark one of them to be soothed. Now, what's the hell? How come you saw through me? What the actual hell? Okay, that's bad. And we're stunned. Not doing much damage. He's level 45. Oh, and I'm rooted, of course. Yeah, we should not be fighting him. He's level 45. I did not realize how high he is. He's chain rooting me, so I can't get out of the room. He's using lightning bolt on me. Luckily, I'm taking 50% of that damage away due to the Mage Hunter stance. Might be able to nuke him down. This is going to be very questionable. I had to use my lay of hands. Got him. And of course, if you were here, you know, on an ordinary server, farming him for his epic drop, that would not be what he dropped. He dropped his crappy pants instead. Of course. Switch back to our DPS stance so that we can destroy this knight. I don't know why the knight saw me. That was weird. Sure, I had IVU on. He shouldn't have seen me. 2 robes off him and 50 kills. My god. We'll head across the hall and swim up to the hand room. Try to kill the hand. I'm not sure what level the hand is. Probably bad, because my mend and my lay of hands are both down right now. Maybe I should be waiting and not forcing the issue? No, let's go. The hand will not be undead, so using the IVU will not make a difference. Let me think about this. How long does mend have? A minute and a half? No. 21 seconds. So we should be good. We'll swim up at the back of the room. Hopefully that'll give us a little bit of reaction time. He is up. Let's see if we can soothe his friend. Can I hit him? Yep, we got them both, of course, because, you know, why wouldn't we? Oh, that's great. We're spinning, and we're in water, and we're rooted, and this is just going to go badly. I can't tell if he's above water or below water. Okay, we're able to move again. Okay, let's get him up here, because if you don't know, you can't cast between outside water and underwater, or underwater and outside water. They have to be in the same elevation, so to speak, as you. One can't be outside water, in water, with you inside out water, outside. However that's said, I know you can figure it out, so I'm not going to try to explain it. I give up on trying to explain it. Point is, fighting in water bad. Get out of water. Alright, so he dropped his Serpentine Bracer. Does have Burning Affliction 2 on it, even though we don't need Burning Affliction 2. We'll take that, because we can take that augment off. And when we do a build that has dots, we can use that. It'll be nice for us. So we'll level that up with him. What are my other bracers, now that I think about that? What do I have? I have that, and I have that, which is really not that great. It's just AC 10 is all it is, which is good. Don't get me wrong, AC 10 is good, but really not that great. This is a wrist item. It's an AC 2 with agility and dexterity. Okay, let's do this. Let's level it up. Let's see where it goes. Oh, it started out at +1, so we can't use that rune. We can use this one though. And that's as high as we're going to get it. Unfortunate. So we got it to +2. It gives it an AC 3 with that agility and dex. I mean, we're going to use it. Moving on. There. Unrooted. I hate being rooted. Really despise the fact that every mob in this freaking zone insta-roots. So annoying. He's using lightning bolt on me. But he's dead. It's okay. I'm using Inferno Shock on his buddy here. What in the hell? There's a boss list up there. I don't see that very often. I do remember seeing them here. It just wasn't that often that I've seen them. One AA. 2 more for the next steadfast will. Oh, it's a mob's pet. I see now. I understand. I'm a little slow, but I catch on. Maybe it's not his pet. I don't know what the hell the deal is with the boss list. What time you planning on cooking those steaks? Oh, really? Alright. I was expecting like another hour, but okay. Are you gonna do the corn? Are you gonna do the corn? I just assumed. I didn't know you needed to. Your brother's gonna go grill the steaks. Well, I'm technically streaming. That's why I said I thought it was about an hour until then. Why do I keep feeling like there's something on me? Little ants I keep finding around here. I need to make sure that they're not on the router. They've done that before. They have killed our router before one summer. It was very annoying. Oh my god, will you swing? He's got me stunned, doesn't he? What the hell? Why am I not swinging? It's the boss list came up from behind me. That's why I wasn't swinging. Holy crap. I had no idea the boss list joined the fight. Alright, so he is level 47. I don't think I can kill him at 38. Just being completely honest, I don't think I can. Do want to see something. Am I able? I am able to soothe one of his friends. What about the other one? Is he too high or not? Yeah, the other one's too high for me to soothe. I don't think I can win that fight. I think I need another level or two to have a chance. Let's go back to the frenzy area. Have I mentioned how much I hate root? Cannot move forward. Alright, with him going to cook steaks, that means that I'm going to very soon have to get off of here. So we'll clear back down, kill the frenzy one more time, and then we will call the stream. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. I can move again. We're going to probably level here on this. Not on this kill, but I mean going back down there, we're going to probably level. That was not a good mend. I think we had a good stream though. Had some good discussions. Always love chatting with y'all. Getting things off my chest. If you haven't gone and bought Everquest Legends yet, what are you doing? Literally, head over to EverquestLegends.com. Purchase the game for $19.99. Get into it. Play it now. It's live. It's live. Totally worth the price. Totally worth the price of admission. I spend more money than that every time I go to the movies and buy popcorn and a drink. So, I mean, yeah, it's totally worth $19.99. If you didn't know, which I'm sure you do, that price is a tribute to the fact that EverQuest originally came out in 1999. So that's where that came from. God, the stuns. Less stuns, less interruptions. Cut it out, you cheating mobs. So glad I got the Flowing Black Silk Sash. Really am. Looks like we need to rebuff real quick as well. Love that ability. Love it. Alright, AAs, we're setting on 2 right now. Need 1 more for the next rank of Steadfast Will. Just saw somebody saying something in general chat, guys. If you don't know, there is on the docks in Freeport and the docks in Kinos, there's a translocator, and that translocator will send you from Freeport to Kinos and Kinos to Freeport. So that is a super easy way to get across the world. It's the same translocator that will send you to their normal locations from Kinos and Freeport. They just also added that option. Oh man, they're standing there waiting. Here they come. Everything. Everything. We got it all. Did I screw up or what? Yes, I screwed up. Try something. This. Here we are, ding 39. Would you swing, please? My God, he just stand there staring at him, and I had the attack on the whole time. Thank you for that. Lay of Hands is down now. are dead. Both our mend and our lay of hands is down, which sucks because we're back at the frenzy room. They're complete spawn. Of course, I mean, it's obvious they're going to be complete spawn. It's just I expected to have mend and lay of hands up, which I do not now. So we'll wait a second. Need mana. Need mana. Need the mana. The mana needs to be here. What we're going to do is we're going to get full mana. We're going to go evasive stance and inviolable, I believe is called induction. So what we'll do is we'll be avoiding almost everything they swing at us because these guys swing like crazy. And at the same time we'll be focusing on nuking, so we shouldn't get interrupted because of the invocation that I'll be in. Unfortunately, we will be using up mana like mad. And endurance like mad, so we'll see how well that works, and see what happens. Just need to hurry up and get up to 100% mana before we do this. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. If you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button, and if you just feel frisky, hit the subscribe button on Twitch. I won't hold it against you. Alright, we're almost there. 85%, 91%. We should be there in the next 3 seconds. We're going to try to soothe the one on the right. Alright, we did. We're going to pull the one on the left and kill it as quickly as possible. And then the frenzy will be our second one that we try to kill. Let's go with that, and let's go with that. Not bad. That did not use up as much mana as I thought it would. Come on. Oh man, I was hoping that would kill him off. We're at 51% on the mana. I want to save the rest of it for the frenzy. Alright. Endurance is going down pretty quick because it's eating it up due to the evasive. We are now out of mana, so we'll go to recovery, and we're going to switch to offense on our stance to try to beat him down with our weaponry. There it is. We got his stupid ring again. It's now +3. Meh. 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 You know. Meh. 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 Alright, so as we kill him, let me just mention, as always, I have multiple channels. Head over to Ferone Plays Console Games, where I play console games. It's very, straightforward. Ferone Plays Console Games. I am Ferone. I play console games. And head over to Ferone Plays Slots, where I waste money, so you don't have to. You can just watch me waste my money on slot machines. Search for Arc Ghost, ARCGHOST. That's ARCGHOST everywhere that you can get music. That includes Amazon Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. There's like 30 plus different freaking places that you can get my music. It's Arc Ghost, ARCGHOST. And of course, search for Ferone's Big Adventure. That's Ferone's Big Adventure on YouTube.com or Facebook. It's on both of those. And little extra one for you. Search for my novel out there on Facebook. It's a Facebook page. It is Reborn in the Ashen Sprawl. Reborn in the Ashen Sprawl. Until next time, everybody, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, night, morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is From the Gnome. I've been playing Everquest Legends. I freaking love the game. Go over to EverquestLegends.com, download the game, purchase it, $19.99. Download the game and get in and play. It's freaking awesome. I'm on the Kino server. Until next time, this is From the Gnome, and I'll talk to y'all later. I'll figure out how to say outro stuff eventually. And probably not, but you know, it is what it is. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.